Almost 70 years ago, The Ten Commandments, 1956, took the world by storm with its epic storytelling and unforgettable performances. But what happened to the stars of this legendary film? The real-life stories of the cast are filled with shocking twists and tragic endings. Join us as we look back and uncover the surprising fates of the actors who brought this timeless masterpiece to life. Let's get started. 1. Yvonne De Carlo as Sephora. Yvonne De Carlo's role as Sephora in The Ten Commandments, 1956, stands as one of her most iconic performances, cementing her place in cinematic history. Portraying the devoted wife of Moses, De Carlo infused the character with both strength and grace, transforming Sephora into a memorable and pivotal figure in the epic biblical tale. Her undeniable chemistry with Charlton Heston created a dynamic partnership that resonated deeply with audiences, and their performances continue to be celebrated decades later. Despite these challenges from her childhood, Yvonne's passion for the arts blossomed from a young age. Recognizing her potential, her mother enrolled her in dance classes, laying the foundation for her future in entertainment. By the time she was a teenager, Yvonne's talent had caught the eye of those in the Vancouver art scene, and she trained at the BC School of Dancing. In pursuit of a brighter future, Yvonne and her mother moved to Los Angeles, where Yvonne participated in beauty pageants. It was during this time that she crossed paths with showman Niels Granlund, who played a crucial role in launching her career in Hollywood. She began with uncredited roles, making her mark in films like Harvard, Here I Come, 1941. But it was her performance in the 1945 Western Salome, where she danced, that propelled her into the spotlight. De Carlo's career spanned over 7 decades, and as she grew older, she seamlessly transitioned into character roles, proving her lasting relevance in Hollywood. In 1960, she earned not 1, but 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, one for her film work and another for her contribution to television. Beyond her acting achievements, De Carlo's personal life was equally intriguing. She had relationships with some of Hollywood's most famous figures, including the enigmatic Howard Hughes and actor Robert Stack. Yet, it was while filming Shotgun in 1955 that she met stuntman Robert Drew Bob Morgan. After his wife's death, the two formed a relationship, marrying in 1955 and having 2 sons, Bruce and Michael. Their marriage ended in divorce in 1973. In addition to her acting career, De Carlo was known for her strong political views, aligning herself with conservative figures such as Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and Gerald Ford. However, it was her passionate advocacy for animals that defined her in her later years. She became a vocal champion for animal rights, dedicating much of her time to promoting their welfare, using her platform to raise awareness about the importance of protecting animals. By 1998, De Carlo had suffered a minor stroke, and in her final years, she resided at the Motion Picture and Television Country House and Hospital in Woodland Hills, California. She passed away on January 8, 2007, at the age of 84 due to heart failure. Her indelible contributions to the entertainment world ensure that she will always be remembered, not only for her talent, but also for the compassion and strength she exhibited throughout her life. 2. Olive Dearing as Miriam. When you think of The Ten Commandments, 1956, it's hard not to remember the unforgettable performance of Olive Dearing as Miriam, the sister of Moses. In a film known for its epic scale and dramatic moments, Dearing's portrayal stood out with its quiet power and deep compassion. She transformed Miriam from a supporting character into a symbol of unwavering faith and hope, making a lasting impression on audiences. Her line, "You will deliver us from bondage," still echoes in the hearts of viewers today, perfectly capturing the essence of Miriam's steadfast devotion and belief. Born Olive Corn on October 11, 1918 in New York City, she was raised in a household that fostered creativity. Her father, Max Korn, was a dentist, but her mother, Zelda Baruchin, recognized Olive's potential and encouraged her artistic inclinations. Olive's older brother, Alfred Ryder, also pursued acting, and together they shared a love for the stage. At the age of 11, Olive enrolled at the Professional Children's School, setting the stage for a career that would span decades. Her first significant stage appearance came in Girls in Uniform, 1933, where even a small role showcased her raw talent. Deering's stage career flourished, with standout performances in plays like Mosshart's Winged Victory and Tennessee Williams' Suddenly Last Summer. Her ability to delve into complex characters earned her critical acclaim and established her as a powerful presence on stage. In 1980, she reunited with her brother Alfred for a revival of Tennessee Williams' The Two-Character Play, a performance that reminded audiences of her enduring skill and emotional depth. While her stage career was impressive, Deering's film and television work further cemented her legacy. Her collaborations with DeMille, including her role in The Ten Commandments, were pivotal moments in her career, but she also left a significant mark on television. Appearing in over 200 programs, Deering showcased her versatility across various genres. Her performances in Perry Mason and The Alfred Hitchcock Hour are particularly memorable, as she effortlessly shifted between suspenseful dramas and thought-provoking stories. Deering's talent was not confined to the screen. She was also a sought-after voice on the radio, where she appeared in programs such as Lone Journey and Against the Storm. Her ability to convey emotion and create vivid characters with just her voice highlighted her incredible range as a performer. Away from the spotlight, Deering's personal life was marked by her brief marriage to director Leo Penn in 1947, which ended in divorce. A politically active Democrat, she supported Adlai Stevenson during the 1952 presidential election, demonstrating her commitment to the issues of her time. Sadly, Olive Deering's life was cut short when she passed away from cancer on March 22, 1986, at the age of 67. She was buried at Kensico Cemetery in Valhalla, New York. Although she never had children, her remarkable legacy lives on through her contributions to theater, film, and television, forever marking her as a beloved and talented actress. 3. Charlton Heston as Moses. Charlton Heston's portrayal of Moses in Cecil B. DeMille's The Ten Commandments, 1956, stands as one of the most iconic performances in cinematic history. His commanding presence and the raw, emotional depth he infused into the character brought the biblical leader to life in a way that has remained unmatched for decades. As Moses, Heston became a symbol of leadership, courage, and conviction, and his performance continues to resonate with audiences even today. The film itself, set against the grandeur of the biblical tale, solidified Heston as one of Hollywood's most respected and revered stars. Born John Charles Carter on October 4, 1923, in Wilmette, Illinois, Heston's early years were filled with both hardship and growth. When his parents divorced, he moved to St. Helen, Michigan, with his mother, where he discovered a deep love for the outdoors, particularly hunting and fishing. At just 10 years old, he experienced a significant shift in his life when his mother remarried and they moved back to Wilmette. It was during his time at New Trier High School that Heston's passion for acting truly began to take root. Active in the school's drama program, he quickly became known for his stage presence and joined the local Winnetka Community Theater, setting the stage for his future. After attending Northwestern University, Heston enlisted in the United States Army Air Forces in 1944. As an aerial gunner and radio operator during World War II, he served his country with distinction. Once the war ended, he moved to New York City, where he worked as an artist model to support himself while pursuing an acting career. His Broadway debut came in 1948, when he starred in Antony and Cleopatra, and it wasn't long before he caught the eye of Hollywood. The following year, he played Mark Antony in the film adaptation of Julius Caesar. further establishing himself as a rising star. His roles in CBS's Studio One also helped pave the way for his Hollywood career. Heston's filmography spanned over 6 decades, and he became known for his larger-than-life roles in epics such as Ben-Hur, 1959, where he won the Academy Award for Best Actor, and Planet of the Apes, 1968. His portrayal of Judah Ben-Hur remains one of the most revered performances in film history, but his career also included notable roles in Soylent Green, 1973, and Touch of Evil, 1958. Heston's strength and charisma defined his career, making him a beloved figure in Hollywood and a symbol of American cinema's golden age. In his personal life, Heston was married to his college sweetheart, Lydia Clark, in 1944. The couple had 2 children, Fraser and Holly, and remained together for over 60 years until his passing in 2008. Despite facing personal challenges, Heston showed remarkable resilience. In 1998, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, but overcame it with treatment. However, in 2002, he made the heartbreaking announcement that he had been diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. This marked the end of his acting career and his presidency at the National Rifle Association. Charlton Heston passed away on April 5, 2008, at the age of 84 from complications related to pneumonia. At the time of his death, his net worth was estimated at $40 million, a testament to his lifelong dedication to his craft and his enduring legacy in Hollywood. Though his final years were marked by illness, his impact on the film industry and his memorable performance as Moses in the Ten Commandments continue to be celebrated by fans and critics alike. Dordunju Ann Baxter as Nefertiri. In the Ten Commandments, 1956, Ann Baxter brought Nefertiri, the ambitious and jealous daughter of the pharaoh, to life in a way that left a lasting impression on audiences. Her portrayal of a woman torn between love and power, combined with the intense chemistry between her and Charlton Heston, turned the role into one of the most unforgettable performances in Hollywood history. Directed by Cecil B. DeMille, the film became a pivotal moment in Baxter's career, elevating her to the ranks of Hollywood's brightest stars. But what lies behind the captivating on-screen presence? Who was the woman who brought this iconic character to life? Born on May 7, 1923, Ann Baxter was no stranger to creativity. A granddaughter of the legendary architect Frank Lloyd Wright, she grew up surrounded by artistry. Her passion for acting blossomed early, leading her to study under the renowned Maria Uspenskaya. Baxter's career began on the stage before transitioning to film with her debut in 20 Mule Team, 1940. It wasn't long before she became a contract player for 20th Century Fox, where her talent quickly earned her recognition. However, it was The Razor's Edge, 1946, that truly launched Baxter into stardom. Her portrayal of Sophie MacDonald earned her both an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actress, solidifying her place in Hollywood. Baxter's range was undeniable, and she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress in All About Eve, 1950. Throughout her career, she worked with some of the greatest directors of the time, continually impressing with her versatility. But it was The Ten Commandments that would become one of her most iconic roles, earning her the Laurel Award for top-liner female dramatic performance. Behind the glamour of her career, Baxter's personal life was equally dramatic. She married actor John Hodiak in 1946 and had a daughter, Katrina, in 1951, but their marriage ended in 1953. Baxter took responsibility for the emotional distance that led to their divorce, reflecting on her growth in her memoir. In the mid-1950s, she became involved with Filippo Autelitano, a member of the Gambino crime family. Despite the scandal, Baxter pressed on with her career, forming Baxter Birdwell Productions with publicist Russell Birdwell. Although their ambitious film project never took off, Baxter's resolve to redefine herself in Hollywood remained strong. In 1960, Baxter married cattle station owner Randolph Galt, and they had 2 daughters. Their marriage ended in 1969, and Baxter reflected on it in her 1976 memoir, Intermission. After her second divorce, she married stockbroker David Clee, but tragedy struck when he passed away soon after, leaving Baxter to mourn and rebuild. On December 12, 1985, Anne Baxter passed away at the age of 62 after suffering a stroke 8 days earlier while hailing a taxi in New York City. Despite being placed on life support, her family made the heartbreaking decision to disconnect her. Her death marked the end of a remarkable career, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shine in the annals of Hollywood history. Now, here comes the surprise. Can you guess if the following people are still alive today? Let's find out. You're in for a real shock. 5. Deborah Paget as Lilia. Deborah Paget's portrayal of Lilia, the devoted daughter of Dathan, remains one of her most memorable performances. She brought a unique depth to the role, balancing innocence with inner strength amidst the grandeur of the film's epic drama. Her delicate beauty and graceful presence made her a perfect fit for Lilia, a character caught in the whirlwind of the biblical tale. It wasn't just her performance that captivated audiences, it was the way she left an indelible impression, solidifying her place as one of Hollywood's beloved stars. Born in Denver, Colorado, Deborah came from a family deeply steeped in the arts. Her father, Frank Henry Griffin, was a talented painter, while her mother, Margaret Allen, had a background in stage acting. Growing up in this creative environment sparked Deborah's early passion for the arts. By the time she was 8, Deborah had already landed her first professional acting role, and by 13, she was performing on stage in Shakespeare's The Merry Wives of Windsor. Her family's relocation to Los Angeles provided her with more opportunities, and she enrolled in dance and drama classes, setting the foundation for her eventual breakthrough in film. Her career took off in 1948 when she appeared in the film noir Cry in the City. Though it was a modest debut, it paved the way for a much bigger opportunity in 1950. Deborah's performance in Broken Arrow, a Western film, marked the beginning of her rise to fame. The film was a major success, and her powerful portrayal of an Indian woman earned her widespread recognition. This breakthrough led to a long-term contract with 20th Century Fox, which resulted in a string of films. Deborah's exotic beauty became her trademark, often landing her roles that showcased her striking appearance and elegance. In Love Me Tender, 1956, she starred opposite the legendary Elvis Presley, further fueling rumors of a romance between them. While those rumors never materialized into anything confirmed, the attention surrounding their pairing only added to her allure. Despite her personal life being a topic of constant media speculation, Deborah always remained focused on her craft. Deborah's personal life was marked by several marriages, each contributing its own chapter to her story. She was married 3 times and had 1 son. Her final marriage was to Ling Chie-kung, a Chinese-American oil executive, in 1962. After their marriage, Deborah retired from acting to focus on family life, and they had a son named Gregory Kung. Their marriage lasted nearly 2 decades, but they divorced in 1980. After stepping away from the limelight, Deborah embraced a quieter, more private life. Today, she is 92 years old. She dedicated herself to raising her son and living away from the Hollywood spotlight. 6. Edward G. Robinson as Dathan. As Dathan, the ambitious high priest consumed by a thirst for power, Robinson effortlessly blended charm with an underlying menace, showcasing his remarkable ability to bring complexity to morally ambiguous characters. With his magnetic presence, sharp dialogue, and intense gaze, Robinson transformed the role into something truly captivating. A character whose ruthless drive to achieve his desires made him impossible to forget. It's a performance that solidified Robinson's reputation as one of Hollywood's most dynamic actors. Born in Bucharest, Romania, Robinson's path to Hollywood was anything but conventional. He emigrated to the United States at the age of 10, settling in New York with his family. A gifted student with a deep passion for the arts, Robinson quickly realized that acting was his calling. After gaining experience on stage and in small film roles, he finally broke into Hollywood with his unforgettable portrayal of Rico Bandello in Little Caesar, 1931. As the ruthless gangster, Robinson introduced audiences to his signature tough guy persona, which would define his career in countless films. Robinson's career spanned 5 decades and included more than 100 films and 40 Broadway plays. While he was often cast as the hard-nosed gangster, roles that showcased his formidable presence, he was also adept at portraying the multifaceted nature of villainy. Whether it was the cold, calculating villain in Double Indemnity or the vulnerable character in Key Largo, Robinson's performances resonated deeply with audiences, cementing his place as one of Hollywood's legendary stars. Beyond his acting career, Robinson was an outspoken advocate for social justice, particularly in his opposition to fascism and Nazism during the 1930s and 1940s. His political activism led him to testify before the House Un-American Activities Committee during the Red Scare, though he was cleared of any wrongdoing. Despite the personal and professional pressures of the time, Robinson's career flourished, and he remained a beloved figure in Hollywood. Robinson's interests extended beyond acting, with a deep passion for art collecting. Beginning in the 1930s, he built one of the most impressive collections of French Impressionism in Hollywood, featuring works by renowned artists like Renoir, Degas, Picasso, and Van Gogh. His collection became a cornerstone of his legacy, but it was not without challenges. In the 1950s, Robinson faced financial difficulties and went into debt to continue acquiring art. His personal life also took a hit when, following a bitter divorce in 1956, he lost half of his prized collection. Yet, Robinson's love for art and his determination helped him reclaim many of these pieces in the years that followed. Sadly, Edward G. Robinson passed away on January 26, 1973, at the age of 79 after a battle with bladder cancer. After his passing in 1973, part of Robinson's art collection was sold for $5 million, equivalent to around $30 million today. This sale not only highlighted his status as a film icon, but also solidified his legacy as a distinguished art collector. 7. Yul Brynner as Ramesses. What makes a performance unforgettable? For Yul Brynner, it was his portrayal of Ramesses in The Ten Commandments, 1956, a role that still stands as one of the most iconic in cinematic history. With his piercing gaze, regal presence, and commanding voice, Brynner brought a level of intensity to the character that captivated audiences around the world. His delivery of the unforgettable line, "So let it be written, so let it be done," was filled with such authority and conviction that it became an indelible moment in film history. Brynner's exotic looks, magnetic presence, and signature bald head made him instantly recognizable in Hollywood. But Brynner's life, much like the roles he played, was filled with mystery and intrigue. Born in Russia, Brynner frequently wove an air of mystery around his origins. At times, he even claimed to be a half-Swiss, half-Japanese man named Taija Khan from Sakhalin Island. However, the true story, as revealed later by his son in the books Yul, The Man Who Would Be King and Empire and Odyssey, paints a different picture. Brynner was actually the son of Marusia Dmitrievna, a Russian doctor's daughter, and Boris Yulievich Brynner, an engineer of Swiss, German, and Russian heritage. When Brynner's father abandoned the family, his mother relocated with him and his sister Vera to Harbin, Manchuria, before finally settling in Paris in 1934. There, Brynner attended the Lycée Montcel, but soon dropped out, drawn to the world of art and performance. He found his place among Russian gypsies in Paris, playing guitar in lively nightclubs and becoming deeply immersed in the cultural scene. His early days in the arts included an apprenticeship at the Théâtre des Mathurins and even a stint as a trapeze artist at the renowned Cirque d'Hiver. Brynner's passion for acting led him to the United States in 1941, where he studied under the legendary Michael Chekhov. His stage debut in Twelfth Night marked the beginning of a thriving career, which soon found him on Broadway. His role in Lute Song opposite Mary Martin garnered significant attention, and it wasn't long before Brynner's talents earned him leading roles in both television and film. But it was his portrayal of the King of Siam in The King and I that truly marked his breakthrough. The role earned him both a Tony Award and an Academy Award, making him one of the rare actors to win both prestigious honors for the same character. In the 1970s, even as his health declined, Brynner returned to the stage, touring the world in The King and I. His performances were as compelling as ever, proving his dedication to his craft despite the toll that lung cancer was taking on his body. As he approached the end of his life, Brynner became a passionate advocate against smoking. In a brave move, he recorded a public service announcement, warning others about the dangers of tobacco use, to air after his death. On October 10, 1985, Brynner passed away at the age of 65 from lung cancer. He was laid to rest at the peaceful Abbey of Saint-Michel-de-Bois-Aubry in France. His legacy as one of Hollywood's most captivating and unique stars endures, a lasting tribute to his remarkable talent and enduring charisma. 8. Nina Foch as Bithia. As the Egyptian princess who rescues baby Moses from the Nile and raises him as her own, Nina Foch delivered a performance that was both touching and regal. Her portrayal of the compassionate princess was defined by a sense of grace and strength, capturing the essence of a woman torn between duty and love. One of the most memorable moments in the film came with her heartfelt line, "You will be the son of my heart." This declaration encapsulated her character's deep affection and unwavering resolve, adding emotional richness to the grand biblical narrative directed by Cecil B. DeMille. Despite the film's overwhelming spectacle, it's a testament to Foch's talent that her performance stood out and left a lasting impression. Foch's artistic roots ran deep. Born into a family of creatives, she was raised by her mother, Consuelo Flowerton, an American actress and singer, and her father, Dirk Foch, a renowned Dutch conductor and composer who enjoyed a distinguished career across Europe and the U.S. After her parents' divorce, Foch moved with her mother to New York, where she pursued an education in piano, painting, and sculpture before ultimately turning her focus to acting. At just 19, Foch signed with Columbia Pictures, marking the beginning of her career. Her debut came in The Return of the Vampire, 1943, but she was often cast in B-movies where her performances continued to shine. Films like I Love a Mystery, 1945, and The Dark Past, 1948, helped her cultivate a loyal following. Foch also made a name for herself on the stage, starring in Broadway hits like John Loves Mary, 1947, and performing in classic Shakespearean roles with the American Shakespeare Festival, further showcasing her versatility. In her later years, Foch found a new calling as an acting teacher. She spent 4 decades at the USC School of Cinematic Arts, shaping the next generation of talent. Her expertise also extended to coaching actors and directing stage productions, leaving a lasting legacy in the world of theater and film. Foch's television appearances in popular series like Murder, She Wrote, and NCIS proved her enduring relevance, reinforcing her status as a versatile and dedicated performer. Foch's personal life was marked by 3 marriages, including a brief union with James Lipton, the host of Inside the Actors Studio. She had 1 son, Dr. Dirk de Brito, who survived her. Nina Foch passed away on December 5, 2008, at the age of 84, due to complications from myelodysplasia. Her contributions to the arts, both as an actress and a teacher, continue to resonate, ensuring her place as a beloved icon of Hollywood's golden age. 9. Judith Anderson as Memnet. Dame Judith Anderson's portrayal of Memnet in The Ten Commandments, 1956, remains a brilliant example of turning a supporting role into something much more impactful. As the scheming servant who holds the key to Moses' true identity, Anderson brought a chilling authority and subtle malice to her character. With her unforgettable delivery of lines like, "You will remember what I have told you," she added a layer of mystery and suspense to Cecil B. DeMille's monumental epic. Her presence lingered long after the scene had ended, leaving a lasting impression on the audience. Born Frances Margaret Anderson on February 10, 1897, in Adelaide, South Australia, her path to fame wasn't an easy one. After moving to New York in 1918, Anderson pursued her dream of acting, but the early years were fraught with hardship, battling both poverty and health issues. Despite these obstacles, she persisted and eventually began earning roles with stock theater companies, where her undeniable talent began to shine through. By the 1930s, Anderson had firmly cemented her place as one of the most respected theatrical actresses of her time. On Broadway, she quickly became a star, receiving critical acclaim for her stunning portrayal of Lady Macbeth, a role she revisited multiple times throughout her career. Her Emmy-winning television portrayal of Macbeth in 1960 became one of her most celebrated achievements. Perhaps even more legendary was her association with Medea, where her Tony Award-winning performance in 1948 became the definitive interpretation of the character. Anderson's move to Hollywood proved just as impactful. She earned an Oscar nomination for her haunting performance as Mrs. Danvers in Alfred Hitchcock's Rebecca, 1940, a role that cemented her status as one of the most memorable villains in cinematic history. She continued to captivate audiences in films like Laura and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, demonstrating her remarkable ability to command attention, even in the most crowded ensemble casts. Her exceptional contributions to the arts were formally recognized in 1960 when she was named Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Later in life, Anderson continued to surprise audiences, appearing in the soap opera Santa Barbara in her late 80s, a role that earned her a Daytime Emmy nomination. At 87, she made a triumphant return to the big screen in Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, 1984, where she played the High Priestess. Encouraged by her nephew, this return proved to be a successful one, earning her a Saturn Award nomination. Though her professional life was filled with monumental successes, Anderson's personal life was marked by a lack of lasting happiness in her marriages. She wed twice but never had children, later reflecting with dry humor, "Neither experience was a jolly holiday." Judith Anderson passed away on January 3, 1992, at the age of 94, just shy of her 95th birthday, from pneumonia. Her legacy lives on as one of the most remarkable actresses of her era, celebrated for her commanding stage presence, her unforgettable film roles, and her unparalleled ability to bring complex characters to life. After 69 years, the unforgettable stars of The Ten Commandments, 1956, remain etched in cinematic history, some still with us, others now, legends of the past. Time has only enhanced their legacies, shaping the impact they've left on the world. Are you fascinated by the untold stories behind classic films? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more captivating insights into the movies you love. Keep the conversation going in the comments below, and stay tuned for more surprises. Bye-bye.